Don't tell me that you got into your feelings because I said something about your gumbo. Really? And no response. I'm like, wow.
It's Jaunti, boy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jaunti. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is having a lovely week. This is not your, your regular beat making video. This is like a little story time video I like to talk about. It's nothing too serious and whatnot, but somehow funny. Me as an engineer, I've been in the audio production field going on about close to 12 years now, and I've been singing, writing music all my life. But other than that, engineering has changed the game for me completely. And my years of learning and teaching myself how to mix and master music and production as well, it's been like a trial and error situation. That's most likely what music creation is. It's a trial and error situation. You make something sounds good, but it might not sound good to other people, and they let you know what you need to do in order to become better at it. That's what I call a trial and error situation. But other than that, there's a little story that happened when one of these well-known YouTube engineers that I've been following for a long time, I sent him a message on Instagram, and it was a back and forth type of conversation. The feeling was mutual. I was cool with him, he was cool with me. At least I thought he was. There were some things, like if I didn't know how my mixes were turning out or what I need to do in order to become better at it, I asked him for some advice, here and there, or I even asked him, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And he gave me his insight on it. He gave me his 2 cents, and I'm like, okay, that sounds reasonable. That sounds fair. But long story short, I grew up in the city of New Orleans, and the South, especially New Orleans, is known for getting down in the kitchen. Now, me growing up, my grandmother taught my mom and my other aunts on how to cook, especially gumbo. And we used to fight over gumbo. Don't take this much juice. Don't add too much rice and this and that or the other. Gumbo is definitely my favorite recipe. Me traveling the South, I've seen people cook it differently. I've seen people serve it differently. As much as I might not want to agree with that, I'm fine with that. Everyone is different. That's what makes us different from one another. And I completely understand that, and I also respect that. But the engineer that I follow, I'm not going to say his name. Out of respect that I have for him, I'm not going to mention his name. He posted on one of his Insta stories a picture of gumbo, a pot of gumbo with the rice inside. Now, I thought it was weird because as I grew up learning how to make gumbo, eating gumbo, learning from others, I've never seen anyone put rice inside of a pot of gumbo. I always thought it wasn't good because one, your rice begins to become very soggy. It gets too soft. And two, it absorbs most of the juice from the gumbo. I mean, even when I used to work in security, I used to work at a restaurant in the French Quarter. It was a well-known restaurant, and when I used to go upstairs to do my rounds in the kitchen, the chef used to make a pot of gumbo, but long period of time when people come by and eat it, the leftovers, he put the gumbo in a huge container where you could see the rice at the bottom of it. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Well, hey, like I said before, I can't tell people how to cook. I can't tell people how to prep their meals. That's what makes us different, like I said. So I have to respect that. As much as I don't like it, I have to respect that. Now, back to the engineer, back to his picture. I hit him up in the DM and I say, look, man, I don't know what I say word for word. Of course, I'll post a screenshot of the conversation. I say, look, man, I'm just paraphrasing what I said. I'm from New Orleans, and we don't actually add the rice inside the pot of gumbo. We add the rice in a bowl getting ready to be served. I didn't go into straight detail of why he shouldn't add his rice inside the pot, but something told me that he wasn't going to take this lightly. And he responded, cool, man. Why you giving me small talk? So I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and respond to him. I say, look, man, I hope I didn't come to you in an offensive way. It's just, we don't actually do that. And of course, he's not from New Orleans. I don't know where he's from exactly, but it's just something made me cringe so bad when I saw that picture. A couple of days later, I have an app that helps me keep track of who's following me and who I'm following, because I have so many followers on all these platforms. It's hard to keep track of, you know, who's following me and who's not. But I get an alert that a few people unfollow me. Some unfollow me on certain days. I get more followers on others. Something told me, go ahead and check out and see who unfollowed you. And what do you know? He was one of them.
Bruh.
I went back in the DMs and I hit him up again. I say, look, man, don't tell me that you unfollow me over a pot of gumbo. Don't tell me that you got into your feelings because I said something about your gumbo. Really? And no response. I'm like, wow. A guy, one of the engineers I look up to on YouTube, unfollow me over gumbo. I wasn't mad or anything like that. I was like, wow, that's so petty. And funny at the same time, of course. Dude, it's just gumbo. I mean, I said something about his gumbo because that's how I feel. Gumbo is my favorite recipe, it's my favorite meal. So like, if anybody feels something so strongly about and they have a different opinion about it, of course they want to tell you how they feel. You know, you can't just push somebody out of your life like that. I'm like, that's kind of petty, you know. That lets me know that you can't handle criticism, especially if it's constructive. You know, I wasn't giving you destructive criticism. I'm not saying that, look, man, your gumbo is whack, don't cook it anymore. I mean, who knows? His gumbo probably tastes very, very good. It's probably delicious. I'm not the type to tell people on how to cook, because when my eyes are so bad, I could barely cook myself. Sometimes I might need some friends to help me out, or my mother, sometimes perhaps my sister. But other than that, I'm like, dude, really? That's sad. Anyway, you guys let me know what you guys think about that. You know, if I was in the wrong or if he was in the wrong to unfollow me, or if I deserve it, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. I just thought it was weird, you know. It's still funny to me though, for real. You know, with grown men, he's probably older than me. I'm following people over food, especially my favorite meal, gumbo, and it looks like you're not doing it right. It's sad. It's just sad to me. Anyway, this is your boy Jaunti signing off. I just want to say thanks for watching to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it this far. I love you guys. God loves you more. You guys take it easy and be safe out there. Peace.